Where do I begin? Recap. After I escaped or evaded that floozy tramp hoe last night, who I talked about in that stupidest video ever made in global history, I found a empty 40-ounce Milwaukee's Best Ice 40 in a paper bag on my front steps today, and I was like thinking, is this a coincidence? Or someone trying to harass me? Yeah, it's probably coincidence considering that that thing just kind of goes around here. Anyway, so I've been handling my business all day with you people on the internet, and let's see. Here's the thing. Last time I went to the bar. I go to the bar, and there is a comforter on the sidewalk when I'm approaching Montgomery Road perpendicularly. And I'm like, well, this comforter on the sidewalk, this dirty comforter, is an eyesore. And I pass it by without touching it. And I continue to Montgomery Road. I go to the bar, and whatever happens there is quite boring. And I come back. On my way back, the comforter is gone. And then I see a pair of blue boxers. Now, the mind plays tricks on you. I'll get to that shortly. Anyway, so I come back here. Actually, back up. That's today. So that's at, then I find the 40 ounce. Right. Okay. So I go to the bar again tonight. And I'm walking back up towards Montgomery Road perpendicularly, and I see the comforter again. It had been removed, and now it is there again in roughly the exact same position. And I'm like, what is this voodoo shit? I mean, it went from a comforter to a pair of boxers to a comforter. I continue to the bar, and when I get there, I express my wonder at this almost, well, it seemed virtually supernatural to me. I mean, I was thinking some really supernatural shit on the way to the bar, thinking about this comforter to boxers to comforter. Anyway, cut a long story short, I play some pool with a real nice guy. Uh, you know me on Facebook. And let's see. Okay, I dance a little at the behest of the bartender. And later on that night, fun. Seriously. She's like, hey, you want to make 10 bucks? Clean up this vomit in the sink in the men's bathroom. Huh, I'm like, hell yeah. Booyah, 10 bucks in the sink. Okay, so I go into there and I'm like, I come back out. I'm like, hey, you got to give me a ladle for this shit. and that's the truth. That's how it was. So she gives me some of these like French fry bins or something. I start scooping it out. I'm scooping out these like it's liquid out, but it's got some solid matter in it. This shit had pork, like shredded pork, but it wasn't even shredded, man. It was like this long. I mean, like sinews of pork that were this long, and like this wide, this way around. This guy was so high that he was not even chewing huge chunks of his pork, and he was just swallowing this straight down his guzzle. Okay, so, I mean, this was just amazing and very entertaining to me, and I was just like, what? And I had to wonder why did you not vomit in the toilet? I mean, but this must have been a very sudden thing. Perhaps he was reacting in his stomach to my exquisite dancing. That is a sort of a hypothesis of mine. I'm a good dancer. Check out my other videos. Okay, well, so I get another pint, give the bartender a tip. I figured she'd already paid me too much for the job anyway. And, I mean, don't play any more pool, but, yeah, keep on talking, keep it up. Okay, so I come back down towards, north on Montgomery Road. And I'm thinking, damn, some people in this place are stupid, man. And I'm thinking back to the time when there was this gay dude on a bench and he was talking some weird shit, like complaining how the speedway or whatever. Oh man, it's supposed to be closed to mid after it's supposed to be open 24 hours now. It's closed to midnight. Oh no, oh no. And like then he started pulling his car documentation out of his backpack. Like I give a shit about that. It was just weird, weird. And then there was this dog in this car. And again, this is all past memory that I'm just thinking about coming back home. There's this dog in this car that's leaning out the window, and he starts saying, "Man, if that dog came out to me, I'd get up on this bench and kick him in the nose." And this gay guy actually thought that he was going to make me horny for him, talking to me about how he would commit an act of animal cruelty. And it was at that point where I felt perfectly comfortable as a human being to excuse myself. So I was just thinking about that on the way home. Then I see this other stupid motherfucker who'd been, he was this old faggot who was like saying, "Oh, yeah, what's that bartender's name? She's hot." Man, this guy's like 60 years old, man. You think he says that in her vicinity and he's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." I mean, I'm like, what? It's annoying. Man, I crossed the street. I'm like, oh, hey, man, And he's like, oh, yeah, he starts talking about, in the bar, he was talking about how he was going to use this duffel bag he had on him to take a trip out into the country. Okay, and I'm like, so what happened to, what's going on? Where are you headed into the country? When I crossed the street on my way back? And he's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I didn't say that. I'm just going to Evendale or whatever the fuck." I mean, what? Man, don't you remember what you said to me in the bar? So anyway, no, I didn't say that, but those are okay. He started talking about stupid shit going on in this neighborhood, not realizing that he's the essence of stupidity in this neighborhood. Okay, so it's like basically he starts talking about how going out into the country. I say that Norwood to me is like a desert. Clifton, upper middle class white, seems safe, nice, but it's really a zoo. Zoos are safe. Norwood is a desert, but zoos have monstrosities of personality in them. That is true about Clifton, and that's what enraged me about Clifton. Now, Norwood is peaceful. It's a desert. The people here are so stupid they don't even exist. Now, he starts talking about the desert like, oh, them snakes, them big ass snakes will eat your ass up in a second. I'm like, oh, so tell me more about the snakes. This guy forgets in under 5 seconds that he just made a statement about snakes. And he doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's how fucking stupid he is. And I'm sorry, man. He does not have alcohol as an excuse. So anyway, man, I'm walking back down the street. I kick over the comforter, which is still there. Nothing's underneath it. And then I see that the blue checkered boxers are on the grass. And I go back into my apartment and meet you at this point.